So one of the more common questions I get is, what are some things you can do at home between the 2 and 4 week period where maybe you're already in outpatient physical therapy, maybe you're doing the exercises the therapist prescribed, but you're just looking for something a little bit different. The first 2 weeks of recovery, it's really just about the acute recovery from the surgery. From weeks 2 to weeks 4, it's kind of this in-between zone. From weeks 4 to week 6, usually now you're starting to get into more higher function. Hopefully your range of motion is improving. We usually like to see at least 90 degrees of knee flexion by week 4, but there are a lot of patients who just can't get to 90 degrees no matter how much they're doing in the physical therapy clinic. So these exercises are going to be some things that you might try. They might be a little different than what your therapist has done, but they're just options to discuss with your physical therapist so that you can continue to work on your knee flexion to try and get to 90 degrees or better. So the first thing is understanding, well, what's limiting my knee flexion? If I had a total knee replacement, obviously there's going to be some swelling, there's going to be some pain. Some patients will have thigh pain, calf pain, some patients will have the pain at the knee itself. Usually what I find is there's just as much fear of the pain as there is actual pain. Now, I am not one of those therapists that really believes in pushing aggressively. I believe once we hit that pain threshold, your brain and your central nervous system is not going to let you bend that knee anymore. So we have to kind of be conservative. We have to stay just shy of the pain threshold. Most patients are okay with discomfort, but there's no benefit to true pain. So in the position I'm in right now, let's pretend I'm sitting at the edge of the bed or the side of a couch. Let's say that I've got the foot positioned where there's just a little bit of knee bend here, but it's nowhere near the level of, okay, I can't bend my knee anymore. I've got part of my leg hanging off the side of whatever I'm sitting on. As I slide forward, there's going to be a little more knee flexion. I'm looking for the point where I still have contact on the calf, but now my knee is starting to get to that level where it's getting a little uncomfortable. I know I don't have a lot more knee bend left, but in this position, I can keep a loose or relaxed quadricep muscle, and I can create a little bit of bounce. From a mechanics perspective, what's happening here is the bouncing of the foot is causing the couch cushion or side of the bed to push anteriorly on the tibia, the shin bone. That creates a little bit of mobilization inside the knee joint. So a lot of times I can tell if I'm mobilizing a patient's joint, I feel a little bit of looseness, which is good. I know that there's range of motion there. But then if the patient takes it too far, that quad muscle kicks in because now they're hitting the pain zone, and all of a sudden I can't get any more knee flexion because my brain, my nervous system, it's fired up and it's in fight or flight. It's protecting the knee from bending anymore. So I would just back up a little bit. I get to where I can relax and I'll feel the quadricep muscle with my fingers. If you tighten the quad muscle, it's hard, it's firm. You know what a tight muscle feels like. If you relax the muscle, it becomes very soft. It's very compliant. You can move it very easily. That's where we want to be. And I just want to work on these little pulses. They're gentle, they're easy, they're non-threatening. I'm not producing a pain response, maybe a little discomfort, maybe a little tightness on the inside of the knee. That's pretty common, but certainly not pain. I would do this for 2 or 3 minutes. Then I would test the end range of motion. So I might scoot forward an inch, maybe half an inch, and I would do a little bit more. And the whole idea is I'm trying to disarm the nervous system. My brain is really programmed to protect me from further injury. Whether you realize it or not, when you're in the surgical procedure, they're cutting the skin open, they're cutting off the parts of the bone. There's a lot of trauma that's happening, and although you're not awake and you're not feeling it, on a subconscious level, the nervous system understands what's happening. And so now that nervous system is ramped up really high, and it doesn't want to let you relax because it doesn't want to hurt the knee anymore. So we need to convince it. It's almost like a toddler who's scared of the dark. We can't talk them out of being scared of the dark, but we can start to expose that person to less and less light, to different situations. We can distract them so that maybe they're thinking about something else while the knee is bending a little more and a little more. And so finally you're down there, you realize, oh, I'm touching the side of the couch, I'm touching the side of the bed, the quad muscle is totally relaxed, and I'm not experiencing actual pain. Little discomfort maybe, but not pain. This is probably one of my safest, easiest, most gentle ways to allow somebody to get to their end range of motion. And the truth is, if you really have scar tissue that's limiting the knee motion, if it's not fear and anxiety and muscle guarding, but it's actual scar tissue, you will hit a point where you're not feeling pain, but the knee just won't bend. That's consistent with scar tissue, mature scar tissue. I've got patients in the clinic right now that are almost 2 years post-op. We try to bend the knee. They're not limited by pain. They're limited by joint tightness, and it's like hitting a hard end point that just won't go anymore. So if this works for you, I'd love to hear back from you. My goal is not to tell you what to do. My goal is to share ideas with you that you could talk to your physical therapist about and see if maybe something different might be working for you because you've already tried everything they told you to do.